Okay, welcome back to Nick Lenz Comic Corner, classic, less known classic. This is episode number 2699 and double shot number 2593. First up, we have basically another Batman Arkham trade, and this is the, far as I can tell, the last one to cover, and also the final mini-series to cover for Luke Cage. I'll cover that soon. First up we have is Batman Arkham Riddler. Next time I go with one of these trades here will be Batman Allies Pennyworth. So, this book collects various Riddler stories. Here's the weird thing. Okay, so we first start off with, technically in a way, his first basically his first 6 appearances in the comics. We have Detective Comics 140, 142, Batman 171, 179, Detective Comics 377, Batman 392, Batman 317, Brave and the Bold 183, Batman number 362, Detective Comics 822, 837, Joker's Asylum Riddler number 1, Joker's Asylum number 1, Batman 23.2, that's the Riddler villains one shot, and the Light is Dark 900-page Super Spectacular number 2. There will be some I will skip over here because I've covered these already, mostly in Showcase and other stuff. I'm skipping over the Batman 17179. I think I discussed those in, I think it was Showcase Batman Volume 4, I believe it was. I think it was Volume 1. I'm also skipping over 377. I believe I just covered it in Volume 4. I'm skipping over 317. I discussed that one in Tales Batman by Lean Ween. And the other issues I'm skipping over are Detective Comics 822 to 837. Those were the Paul Dini Detective Comics trades I discussed already. So, Batman 140, which is basically Riddler's debut appearance. Yeah, during the period of the weird years for Batman. Yes, that's when this came. I believe, not long after this was the debut of Red Hood. Because this came out in 1948. So yeah, this is basically toward the tail end of the golden age of comics. And here's the weird thing about this. Okay, so the issue is written by Bill Finger, art by Dick Spring. Now, his second appearance, no one knows who wrote this issue. It's listed as unknown. Could have been Bill Finger? Who knows? We do have a credit for the artist, Dick Spring. The Batman issues, the ones skip out those are by Gardner Fox with Sheldon Moore, who was ghostwriting for Bob Kane. Same thing with Detective Comics, though Frank Springer does the art for that one. Well, him and Frank Springer related. Batman 392. This is done by David Vern Reed, art by Joe Conlon. This is most of a storyline where who killed the Batman, and this is basically Riddler's testimony. That's most exactly what the issue is. And I believe Ra's al Ghul is acting as a judge. Actually, no, I think it's him and Two-Face. So, Riddler's debut story. It is mostly put Batman and Rob. No, we kind of have basically Riddler starting out his time as, you kind of got is early. You kind of basically, in a way, the Riddler's origin story, his debut issue, where basically he's a guy who has puzzles. So, then he puts on the jumpsuit with the question marks on it. And he goes out and has a little giant computer thing. I have heard this story here was loosely adapted from Batman the Animated Series with the giant computer thing. And of course, the whole thing is about solving basically Riddler's first riddle. I like the fact they included this in here, and plus they included a second ever appearance, which was in Detective Comics 142, which is all about basically cross puzzles. Solving various puzzles over the course of the issue. That's kind of in a way what the issue is. I had discussed one something before. This technically, it's written to be, I mentioned before, this was written to be still the same Riddler from the previous 2 appearances, but it's technically started the Earth 2 version of the character. That's Earth 1 version. That's most what it is. That technically is debut of the Earth 1 version, not the, and 377 discussed already. 392, I just discussed this basically just during the whole testimony, who killed Batman, and it's all about him with Two-Face in here. Really interesting issue what this one is. Excuse me. Alright. So. Yeah, the story itself is not concluded just yet. Because the story ends basically, the next person to give testimony being Lex Luthor. Yep. I will discuss that at some point, just not right now. 317 I just mentioned. I discussed that Tales about Lee Wein, so because Lee wrote the issue. And as for Brave and the Bold, this is a Carmen Fantino. I don't remember if I discussed this one already. Let's play Death of Batman. Yep. This is just a Batman story with the Riddler. Really fun story here. Don Carr is the writer of this issue. It's kind of, in a way, one of the many attempts to reform Riddler, but he just jokes, basically. He just comes up at the end of the story. Really fun story. I love this one. And then basically with the 362, this was written by Doug Moak. This came during his first run he did for Batman in the 80s. Yes. By the way, fun fact, his final issue of his first run was Batman 400, which I've discussed already. This is 362 with Don Newton on the artwork. And we have Harvey Bullock in this story. Is this Harvey's debut? No, this is just an early appearance by him. Yeah, there's Harvey Bullock for you. Yeah, initially he was just reported as a one-shot character who just became a recurring character afterwards. I like the fact Harvey's in this story. He's in this story a lot. He works with Batman, kind of. It's a really fun issue. And Doug does a great job writing Bullock as a very interesting character. Yeah. But just overall, really fun story. And then skip over to the comic stories that came in the 2000s because, well, I think those are collecting other stuff. And then we have Arkham Thieves. That's more to the comic stuff there. Alright, as for the mania of this book, by the way, Joker's Asylum was written by Peter Calloway, art by Andreas Greenio. This issue here is mostly put just a Riddler solo story. No Batman, surprisingly. It's just basically the period of time where Riddler was, I think he was supposed to be like reformed. But, yeah, that was one of multiple comic stories that featured him in the two in here. That was a period of time where he was actually reformed due to amnesia he had suffered. So, also Poison Ivy's in here with Killer Croc and Bane. Just another fun book. Nothing really wrong here. The villains with this issue is also the cover of the trade. I actually got this book at one point. I love this one-shot. It's all about the Riddler. Fun fact about the Riddler. He is my third favorite Batman villain. Number 1 being the Joker. He's also my favorite villain overall. Number 2 is the Penguin. And number 3 is Riddler. And fun fact. Did you know Riddler has actually had a miniseries? Yes. He's had one. Riddler one written by his actor from the film The Batman. Is this book like set during the events of Forever Evil? No mention of it per se. Just Riddler does his normal stuff, where he just takes out some people, does some riddles. No Batman this issue. Yeah, has a really nice ending to it. Him playing solitaire, and then finally end up with Legends of Dark Knight. This is most of exactly what this is, but by Charles Soule. Yes, Charles Soule. As in the current writer for Star Wars. Yeah, he wrote this thing. Yeah, it's just a Riddler story with a very strange mask. Yeah, apparently Riddler has switched the mask for 2 question mark things wearing his face. Yeah, I'm not really sure why in this story it's like this for. It is. Batman. Just another, fun Riddler story. I love this story. Yep. Overall, everything in this book is fantastic. I give this Batman Arkham Riddler a 10 out of 10 because every single story published in this book is really good. Yeah. Next up we have is the final mini-series for Luke Cage. You might be thinking, what about the digital book? I'll probably cover it at some point. Just basically this is the last printed book per se. Yes. This is Cage, by George Tchaikovsky, or Grandy Tchaikovsky. It is mostly set during the original Heroes for Hire days back in the 70s. We have Luke Cage fighting various villains, like some of whom only appeared a few times during the original days, and then this is basically like we have him versus bankrollers. Basically, Gandy Theory basically writes and draws this book. It's a good comedy series. Nothing really bad here per se, and the stuff here is just done over the top. Like, basically just like, oh yeah. Like, a weird thing is basically he pulls a guy out of his own clothes. Because he wants to spill the beans. Yeah. But you would think, is Luke Cage gay? No, he just happened to be that way. And then for some reason we have Cyclops looking for Jean Grey and shooting Luke Cage. And then he comes face to face with Chemistro, Mace, Black Mario, and Mr. Fish. Yeah, it's like a Luke Cage defense squad. Mace, if you don't know who the heck the guy is a racist. Yes, he's a racist, and he was killed by the Beyond Corporation and framed the White Tiger for it. Everyone else here is still very much alive, and it's like the best way to describe this book is that it's just a fun Luke Cage story. Just happily set during the 70s. Of course, does Luke Cage say Sweet Christmas? Yes, he does. You could say the success of this mini series probably gave Marvel the idea.
What is
maybe
the true value of a...
Sorry about that. Maybe we should give him an ongoing series. Yeah, there's one point he goes on an island. Misty Knight here and various other characters from the 70s, even Dr. Voodoo at the time, Brother Voodoo. Just a really fun series. I keep saying that fun. Well, it is. Yeah, if you like, it's done in the style of blaxploitation. Yep. And then the course series ends with issue 4. Great series. I think the writer does an excellent job. I'm gonna give this book a 10 out of 10. Yep. So yeah, that's a particular review. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, turn notifications, and do not hit the dislike button. Next up, if I got time to tonight, that's I'm recording some slime. Okay, next video. Bye.